As you can see, this is the kit, 1127 from dapt. And as Mika's showing you right now, what we get is a little plate right here, an O-ring, and then this, which gets screwed on. Or well, this is actually, sorry, this is the part that gets screwed on. This is the plate from which we can mount anywhere, and our oil filter attaches to here afterwards. So that way I can literally put this anywhere. Unless Mika eats it first. If you're going to use this kit, first sink this O-ring into here. And if you want, I actually have some assembly lube. I'm going to rub a little bit of assembly lube on here, just so that way I know it'll run smoothly and lock up without chipping the O-ring. And then simply screw this onto where your oil filter goes. Go to both sides. Paint these threads up with some liquid thread sealant. You could wrap Teflon. I prefer liquid thread sealant. Just like I said, paint it up so it's nice and done. And crank these in here with a 7/8 wrench. Make sure you put the lid back on, paint it up like that, and go ahead and quickly screw it in. Make sure there's none inside. Whether you have assembly lube or not, you can lube up these ends here. And then what I like to do is slip in one side first. I slip these in and I'll screw them into the bottom with the hose attached. You don't have to do this. I just wanted to make sure these are fully compressed in. Make sure that they squish all the way down to the plastic. And for extra security, if you want, you could throw on a couple clamps, but these are so tight on there that they should hold no problem. So again, we have that side already done. I'm going to hop in underneath and I'm going to hook this up to the side that I've already screwed onto where the oil filter used to be. And then I'm going to show you some location techniques to make sure you don't mount it in the wrong location. So you can see I've screwed it in up here, and then I've put my hoses on. Now, things you want to avoid. Well, this is an axle. This is going to move up and down. So I had to make sure this was going to clear my hoses, which it is. It's going to clear my transmission hoses, and it's going to clear these oil lines now. And then I'm going to bring it around and over here, and it's going to be on a bit of an angle. Now, this joint will end up here, but I'm leaving this on a bit of an angle, so no matter what, this will not squish these lines because this fits nice and tight up in here with the lines in the starter. Very important. And this knuckle right here will act like protection just in case any rocks fly into the vehicle. And then I'll have a little canister filter right there. Best part about it is when I drain it, the lowest part is going to be out this way and it'll drain away from this knuckle. Very important because right there, it would drain onto everything right here, every piece of equipment, and there's a chance this could come up and smack it dead on the corner of the filter. So as you can see, if I move this over, there's no chance of that happening now. And I might still spin this just a wee bit just to have a tiny bit more clearance, but other than that, if this were to come up, it wouldn't hit. Where I drilled, I shot with a little bit of rubber underguard, also because my drill bit wandered a little bit, so it scratched the paint. Best to do that just so it doesn't, as you can see, this is just a little bit of surface rust, but if you don't do that to those, they could rust up too. It's just preventative measure. You don't have to do that. I mean, especially if you're into the beauty stuff, because I don't know, maybe you're just worried about someone looking at your undercarriage and going, yuck. So filter starts there, goes now to right there, and it'll have a mini right there, and it'll keep it off to the side, which is perfect, and it still will be guarded. Super important because you don't want something to, of course, take it out. Impressive, eh? So as you can see, jack is fully up as I'm looking into Mika's ear, and I just wanted to see where it was going to come up to, and yeah, it's nowhere close. So now I know for sure. So the filter you need is a PH8A or one that cross-references to this one. It is a much bigger filter, just a warning. I'm going to throw a little bit of assembly lube once again, or if you have oil, throw a little bit of used oil on the rim or new oil and go ahead and screw it on. Like I said, she eats up a little bit more room. The smaller canister probably ended right here on the Hemi. This one ends over here, so it's definitely going to eat up a little bit more oil, just for you to consider. So if you bought 5 liters before, you might need 5 liters in a quart now. Let's go throw some oil in it. But that's how you install this TransAdapt kit.
But I threw 6 liters in it, and it's just about halfway through the safe marker on my dip. So that means that I'm probably going to have to go grab another liter for when I start it. But either way, yeah, that's where I'm at. And that's how you do the TransAdapt kit.